topic, we will be discussing about the major items of this presentation or the lecture are introduction, original philosophy, definitions, nature of philosophy, scope of philosophy, branches of philosophy, research and philosophy, and your evaluation. Although that picture will again come in the evaluation. Okay, navigating wisdom, very good. But losing ethics. Okay. Okay. Man gaining, you just write it. Man gaining wisdom and losing ethics. Okay? Okay. We'll just check it on in that evaluation. Okay. Now, in the introduction, we'll just look into what philosophy is. In whatever humanities or those social sciences we study, first we study about the terms and their meaning. We study about terms and their meaning because in the present context, whatever we are talking about, that is not taking place in the Indian context. We have acquired certain knowledge from other countries, France, Rome, Latin. So we don't know the terminology. So we define it in the terms of the original people who have written that particular term. So first, if we take philosophy, philosophy, philosophy in the Indian context is called darshan or darshan shastra. And in general English we call it philosophy. But philosophy is not an English word. It is derived from two words, philos and sophia. Philos means love and sophia means wisdom. So philosophy is love for wisdom, right? Quest for wisdom, the feeling to have knowledge and wisdom. And now what is wisdom? According to you, what is wisdom? Wisdom ज्ञान भी लोग कहते हैं विवेक. विवेक क्या होता है? विवेक is nothing. Higher level of knowledge. Very good, excellent, clapping for it. Right? Wisdom is a tool with which we can decide what is right and wrong. And the Hindi definition, that is darshan. Darshan is derived from the word fish, that is to see. That's the area or the knowledge which helps you to see that with your physical eyes, with your mental eyes, and with your spiritual eyes. Right? We see everything with our physical eyes. There are many times you must have seen people, a situation is there, people are there. One is observing something else, the other is observing something else. So their perspective. There are certain people who observe the things in a very appropriate manner, and with this manner, they make they make their position better. So to understand the underlying thing, the hidden thing, they just see the things which are beyond visibility. Right? Having things beyond visibility, making you see things beyond the physical eye or the things which are actually visible to you. That is also wisdom. It helps you to know the things in better way so that you are able to observe, learn, and interpret. And being a researcher or a research scholar, you always have to see the thing beyond what is visible. And philosophy, as the definition says that it is love for wisdom, and wisdom is just deciding what is right and wrong. At different stages, you will be facing the consequences that what is right, what is wrong. You have to take a decision. Then this aspect will help you to take the decision that this particular, under the light of these circumstances, these thoughts, these ideas, this situation, I have taken up the decision. So, in the psychological meaning or the meaning in terms of the word, we got that philosophy is the basis of all the things or all the aspects of life which are important for our existence. Wisdom is important for existence, and to observe the things is important for your existence. Nowadays, I usually see when I come to college, I see like this. I'm walking. Please give me space. But it will not possible. I will be the same. You will change your path. Okay? And there are certain people, who have eyes on all the things. They say, yes, lots of difference. Although that's a very long area of discussion, but we will be dealing with the thing which we can finish in one. There are vast difference. That is why darshan is to see and philosophy is love of history. Words are also different. And in wisdom, spirituality is not there, but in Indian philosophy we talk about many other aspects. Okay, so that was about the meaning of philosophy. Now let us see what is the origin of philosophy. Origin of philosophy. How we have got this term, and you all are going to get which degree which is using in your career, in your name, your designation. So what is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is the human nature or human intellect. Right? Human beings are very skeptical in nature. They wonder at it. There is a difference between human beings and animals. Is it okay? Wisdom? Wisdom. And if we call it wisdom, we call it reflection. We observe and we reflect. And we reflect because we think. We think because questions come to our mind. Questions come to our mind because we wonder how this happens, why this happens, what is the reason, if this does not happen, what will happen. So whatever natural surroundings were there, the human being had the idea or had the thought of wonder over things around it. Days and nights. Where does the sun go? There in the night. Why does it come up? Why am I not able to stop it? Why do I need to wear clothes in or warm clothes in winter? Why do I feel heat when it touches fire? Right? So all these questions, all these observations, they bring curiosity in the mind. That is its basic nature. That is the basic nature of human being. So the basic cause or the reason for the origin is wonder or curiosity in the mind of man. Out of that curiosity only, now we are very much higher in the science and technology. Art can be replaced, cities can be replaced, right? You can be kept alive on a ventilator system for a long time. Right? That is the curiosity. And we do this. Okay. This feeling of skepticism. Feeling of skepticism says that it is questioning your own belief. Questioning your own belief. श्रद्धा अपनी ही बात पे श्रद्धा करना. Right? And when you check your own work, you get your own belief. You don't accept as it is, and what we have been following, is it true? Is it are we able to follow it in the present second? Or does it require any kind of change or something new is there or what I'm following is not correct? तो ये जो मन में विचार आया कि जो हम मैंने किया तो सही है, क्या उसको कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्या मैंने सही किया? इन्हीं विचारों से जो फिलॉसफी है उसकी नहीं है. We in this sentence we talk about different schools of philosophy, and all schools of philosophy have come up out of contradiction, which was going on. उसमें कहा कि क्या कह रहे हैं? So there were people of idealism saying they say that no, this is because they are questioning. So that is skepticism. तो इसी के कारण तो फिलॉसफी का जो अपना एरिया है वो बढ़ता चला गया and it's still are the creators of every human being wants to know whatever things are around him, whatever things are in the universe, whatever things are beyond his control. So he just wants to know and doubts over it. When you doubt it, and if I talk about its direct relation to your research work, you begin your work with the doubt only. And that doubt comes in the mind. I'm just talking about an applicative bit. That doubt comes in the question. Very good. Any minute for it? Question. What do we call that question? Research question. And the other thing, that is the hypothesis. Your directional or non-directional hypothesis, in that you doubt only yourself. Is there a limit in this system? Or there is no. Right? So you doubt yourself and you work accordingly. So you are working, beginning your research with a doubt that you are verifying, and that doubt has come up only because of very good philosophy. And the third and the fourth aspect is the absence of peace of mind. Peace of mind है बहुत अच्छा example है. You all must be thinking मेरा PhD में हो जाएंगे तो यूनिवर्सिटी में selection हो गया, one हो गया, and you are working, then a new thing will arrive. Let me get a place, let me take a university. Right? Once you got a place in university, then you just take like a become the head of the department. Right? Is there any place until now or so you have got the idea? Maybe that's enough for my life. Every time you achieve, every time you desire for new things, because you don't have peace of that allows you to know more, learn more, explore more. In this exploration, you get to know about many things which are useful to you, many things which are contradictory, many things which may hurt you, many things which may give new definition to your previous knowledge. So the mind, activity of mind, lack of peace of mind, that is the origin of philosophy. And frustration mixed with misery. जितने लोग यहाँ पर इस समय बैठे हैं, you all have some or the other problem. Everyone can anyone say that no, my life is perfect. Some or the other issue is there of anything. So the human life is full of say problems. To seek solution to those problems, philosophy did that. A great example is of Lord Buddha. He was a prince, and someone said that he will become a sage, so the king kept him in the palace, did not allow him to go outside. Once when he grew up, he asked his charioteer to take him for a round to the city. And there he saw an old man, there he saw a poor man, there he saw a dead body, and there he saw a diseased man. And then he got to know that what are the, I don't know this, I don't feel a pain, and he got to know about why these miseries are there, why these problems are there. And he went out to search answer to, in searching answer to those, he calculated the philosophy of, right? So the origin, कहाँ से निकला? अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं होता, so there would have been no Buddha, okay, or any other philosophy. Now we'll be looking into the first picture which I showed you, the evolution. This is the evolution of philosophy. Evolution of philosophy, what we see in the present sciences. Can you tell one thing? The present modern human being, like you all are present modern human beings, you are good looking, or the ancient human beings, or the medieval human beings? Are they, you are good looking or they were good looking? Any idea? You are good looking. Okay, as we all know, correctly. Why you are good looking? Because you have richer knowledge, you have evolved, you have changed, you have learned, you have n number of multiple dimensions, you are trying to cover बहुत सारी चीजें हम जान की सीखने की कोशिश करते हैं जितना ज़्यादा आप सीखते हैं उतना ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस आपके चेहरे पर आता है तो इसी तरह peace has reduced because there is no compatibility. Once you learn that compatibility, it took me 12 years to have that compatibility. Now I am there, compatible with my diverse aspect and my responsibility. Okay, so that you learn. But the young generation, they have focus. No, I mean, you know what is it, right? They have compatibility. They have discipline. So we take okay. And in this context, like in our department, there are teachers of different age groups. They, for the same problem, we have different approaches. And we as senior members just think, can you see the solution of this problem? Okay. If I accept compatibility, if I don't accept, there will be a obstruction. There will be a yeah. Okay. तो इसी तरह से फिलोसफी की बहुत सारी डेफिनेशन थी इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट में ऑल्दो इंडिया फिलोसफी का origin here basically goes to Greek philosophers copy this but different philosophers I've just taken them in the chronologically even so Manu the great ancient philosopher just talked about philosophy as knowledge leading to salvation. That knowledge which leads to salvation. If I want to define in the present context, this definition is not appropriate, but whatever we are having the definition, that is taken up from this. So, इसमें क्या हमने knowledge ले लिया, but salvation अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा हमसे. So, the initial definition was given by Manu. Yes? Sure, sure. Western philosophy says thinking is belief. Yes. Thinking is belief. But Indian philosophy says seeing is belief. That is darshan. Okay. That is why those two things are different. Very good. What's your name? Adishon. Oh, Mr. Adishon added on one more definition. That is thinking is believing. Our Indian philosophy says seeing is believing. Very good. And if we talk about Western philosophy, Socrates is a name which is associated with Western philosophy. So he did not define philosophy, he had certain ideas. Those ideas he expressed in different terms and his followers followed it. So a very important thing he said that only good is knowledge and only evil is ignorance. Right? And he worked for this through question answers method and through this he got the philosophy and the philosophy which he propagated was the philosophy of idealism. Right? And after that came Aristippus and he said that it is ability to feel ease in the society. So he shifted the area of philosophy from knowledge to society. But to be in society, there is some kind of knowledge required. Then came the disciple of Socrates, that is Plato, and he said that knowledge of eternal nature of things. Again, knowledge came and eternal nature. Eternal related to salvation, related to higher authority. So he again combined knowledge and the eternal nature. Then came his disciple Aristotle. He said that science which discovers eternal nature of supernatural things. Now he added one more word to knowledge and to supernatural, that is science. That is science. So until Socrates तक आते आते तो philosophy है उसमें knowledge हुई, spiritual things हुई, eternal word हुआ, and then it turned into science. And Cicero said that it is and mother of all जिन्होंने कहा एक ही तीर से 100 सुनार की एक लोहार की, right? Everything, mother of all arts. That means कि जो whatever we follow, that is philosophy, right? Then came Hegel, and Hegel again um, just wasn't concerned with the ideas of Aristotle, and said that knowledge of supernatural elements. And then came fiction. Fiction said science of knowledge. Now, जो उन्होंने कहा था science of knowledge, so science became very important part. And a very big statement was given that concept. It is science of sciences, science of all sciences or science of scholars, right? And all these aspects were slowly changing, and by the time Bradley came, Bradley was nearly 1700. He said that it is an attempt to know reality as against mere appearance. It's again very much in consensus दर्शन कि जो हमें दिख रहा है और उसके पीछे का सत्य क्या है, ज्ञान क्या है, वो क्या होना चाहिए. And our great philosopher and educationist, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan said that it is critical exposition of reality. Right? Critical exposition of reality. So, whatever reality is, it's critical, that means covering most of the dimensions or of the exposition. So, under these definitions, we got many things which are related to philosophy. The grabbing point for you of the philosophy is knowledge, science, and the critical knowledge, science, and the critical study, and lastly the reality. Lastly the reality. Many a times you all will be conducting research with a research problem, with a research problem, and with that research problem, you will be in statement, you will work, and you will get the conclusions, and then you will think that is what I had thought, that what the result will be, what I am getting, was absolutely different. This is the reality. Like I did my research in developing computer-aided instructions for 6th class, 11th of physics, and I thought that girls are not very much into computer, so their aptitude will not be good. I had to put when I conducted the research, I did the experiment, collected my data, and to my surprise, I just got that girls are equally interested in computers as the boys. Because it might be my personal case, I am not interested, so I say that most of girls are not interested, or in the present generation, girls are very much interested. Right? So that these with the definitions of philosophy, you have your takeaways from philosophy. Whatever you do, take it as a science, gather knowledge, study it critically, and go towards the reality. You will not get to the reality until you have not passed on all these. Right? And if you have already passed on all these processes, you will be the doctor of whatever topic, title, area you are talking about. In that topic, title, area, you have earned the complete knowledge. Okay? So, if we generalize in the definition, it is a rational approach to answer questions, how one should live, what sort of things exist and what are their essential natures, what is genuine knowledge and what are the correct principles. And ultimately it is love for wisdom. Right? So in a general sense, not talking about the language of philosophy, you get to know how one should live, you get to know what is actually existing, what situation is there, and that situation is because of your genuine knowledge. Many a times there are certain situations, right? And parents, you reach home, your parents react, and why are you late? All this, all this. They start scolding you instantly without knowing what the situation is. Once they are done with their scolding, and then you have that function, my scooty was function on that day, and there was no, and I am walking with this scooty without it, and then they feel that what I have done, right? And your explanation is genuine. And if the parents find it correct, they come to you and say, I'm sorry for my whatever you told, that was genuine. रिसर्च देखिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि जो आप कर रहे हैं, जो आप लिख रहे हैं, जो आप बोल रहे हैं, जो आप प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, it should be genuine. And what is the other word of genuine? Ethical, okay, proper, okay. Any other word for genuine? Your own. Yes, genuine things are your own. Okay. Then let us see what is the concept of philosophy. Okay. So इन सारी बातों से philosophy का एक concept निकल रहा है कि आखिर में ये दर्शन क्या है? People say that I am masters in philosophy, or I have a lot of knowledge, or I am very much interested. So out of all these discussions, it did come out that it is science of some kind. It is science of some kind, but it differs in special science in degree for giving solutions, in type, but it is different in degree, right? So philosophy is a science which differs from science with a degree, with science with a type than a degree, or we can say it is higher level, highest of science. Degree is, we measure degree with what? Degree. We measure degree. Degree is the unit of. Okay. So with that temperature, you say this, the hotness or coldness of a body. So degree is the level. Degree is the level of measure. So similarly, philosophy is a science. It is one of the types, but it is related to the level of science. That is why it is called science of science. Right? And it is merely an intuitive experience of reality. Intuitive relation of intuitive experience of reality. Yes, of course. It is the level. Magnitude, or we are talking about the level. No, that's called just an example. Degree is just the level. Right? Like we have sciences, biological sciences are different, physical sciences are different, these sciences are different. These are different types of science. But philosophy is the highest level. That differs not in type, but in the level. So here degree is associated with the level. Yes, your question. Philosophy becomes philosophy when it is proven. Idealism is idealism because it's proven. Pragmatism is pragmatism because it's proven. That is why whatever I say in my philosophy, whatever things are proved, that is true. So all the philosophy is proven. That is something else. The reason behind, like scientific knowledge, there is a genuine proof to it, a visible proof to it. Whereas considering philosophy delve into what the truth is. Science, if I will say my point of view, like just an example to clarify, idealism says mind is the most important. Human mind is most important. Naturalism says nature is most important. Is anyone wrong? Can you say mind is not important? Can you say nature is not important? They know that their idea and they have proved it that mind is important and they have proved it that nature is right. So so it's a child, right? It's a child. It is not merely an intuitive experience, but it is an listen very carefully. It is an intellectual attempt to understand the universe. It is an intellectual attempt. Very good example of intellectual attempt. All of you must be watching World of Thunder. Yes? How many of you say that India was a great country, but still they lost? Because they lost out of their heart. They lost in their mind when happiness lived. And at the same time, Australia, I think it was Australia, they fought. They tried to do their best without getting the pressure from right? So it is an intellectual ethic. It is search for reality and truth, and it is based upon inquiry and so we can just define philosophy as a search for truth or reality. So what is truth is a debatable, right? It is a debatable thing, and people who are from the background of sciences, although I am also from the background of sciences, uh, it was very difficult for me to take n number of definitions and accept them as correct because I know that rate of displacement, right, is speed or velocity. How we can have 10 number of definitions for philosophy and also accept them to be correct. That was dilemma from my side also. But in a due course of time, when your mental horizons analyze, like become larger, in that case, you get to know, no, that's also true. People maturity, what you develop with the age, that is acceptance, not clarification, that's right or wrong. That's science, that's not a science. Okay? So this is the major concept. Any confusion regarding this? Let's move forward. Now your answer comes that it is local, it is dynamic, it is art as well as science, it is very much related to education, and it is love for knowledge. What is local? What do you understand by local? Local chapter, right? Very much near to you. Okay. So things which are near to you may be your form of philosophy, maybe your idea of philosophy, right? And it is dynamic. Keep changing. Very good. It just keep changing. That is why philosophy changes. Definition changes. Right? In the present sentence, if I have to define what is philosophy, it's just a way of life. That was the title of our presentation. Philosophy is just a way of life. You are doing anything, then also you're working very hard. You study very hard. You want to follow the philosophy. You are not doing anything waiting for the thing to follow it now. That is also a philosophy. I'm sorry to say, in this particular place, there might be people who are working, but there might be people like this also. So at local also both the things are there. So it can't be called local. These kinds of people are everywhere. In India also and other states also. So local is just a thing to describe. It is just a view to say that if any kind of philosophy is followed somewhere, I cannot say it wrong. It might be true in that particular language. That is why it is called local. And it may change from one place, from for the same place it may change. How many people, how many of you live in nuclear family or a joint family? How many of you live in one family? Yes. And 50 years ago, there was no concept of nuclear family. People think that dynamic. That is dynamic. The way you think is dynamic. The way you solve the problem, that changes. Is it wrong? Is it wrong? That was also not wrong. This is also not wrong, but it is according to the situation. Okay. Now let us see what's the nature. It is take a view or beliefs about life, two things about life and universe, which are usually held uncertificate. You don't think, you take for granted, like you take for granted whatever things universe has given us and whatever thing your life has given to you, right? So जिसके बारे में हमने बहुत डीपली नहीं सोचा है, लेकिन हम सोचने लगते हैं then it is the quality of philosophy, right? It is a process of reflecting and criticizing the most deeply conceptions and beliefs. So that is the basic reason of new philosophy. Whatever beliefs, concepts which are following from a long time, we reflect on it and we criticize it. Right? It's a very common saying. A new idea is firstly criticized, then it is followed, and then it is appreciated, and then it is awarded. Right? So that is the basic idea of philosophy. Also, whatever existing needs to be questioned, and that question comes out in terms of criticism, and it is a rational attempt to look world as a whole. World as a whole. First thing, because we can say that it's world as a whole because the philosophy of idealism, right? It originated in India also. It has certain uh, characteristics, and it originated in West also through Socrates. He also followed idealism, truth, goodness, and beauty, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, right? But it is followed in India also, it is followed in other states of the world also. And basic characteristic that mind is supreme. It's said by Indian philosophy, Indian idealist philosophy also, and Western idealist philosophy also because it considers things as a whole. And it is the logical analysis of language, like is the logical analysis of the that it is a degree also. So whatever words you are saying, right? Whatever phrases are there, whatever thoughts are there. Like if someone nowadays a lot of motivational speakers are there, there might be someone with whom you are very much inspired. Yes? And someone who says the same thing but you don't follow it. What is the difference? Difference is obvious. Language or the word. Right? Language or the word. These words also define what you are saying, how you are saying. That is why I said that follow a proper language, proper behavior. It will tell about. It will tell about if you go somewhere, you talk in some way, in a particular way. It tells about what Okay, what of the personality? Anything else? थोड़ा सा उससे higher level? किसके बारे में बताती है? Yes. What does your word say about? Very good. Very yes, culture or your upbringing or your family. Yes. The moment you speak up, the way you speak up, okay, that tells about interpretation from where you are come from. Okay.
But I have a question. Suppose there is a family, father has two sons. One
Ah,
is dead, one is dead. So if that is restricting something, then we can't say that his family is not.
but that can be there can be individual differences. We can categorize in psychology this in terms of individual differences because both mother and father grandparents have absolutely different personalities whom you follow. I might follow my father, I might follow my mother. That depends upon
But
my
then even if mother and father both belong to the they are a good culture, good ritual. But even their sons become defaulted.
because there is a third parent.
Yes.
That is it. In the present context, there is a third parent also. That is why these kind of changes, that is the dynamism of these kind of changes which are taking place in this present context. लेकिन अगर आप 20-30 साल पहले की बात करते हैं so those two parents had the entire responsibility and they had the idea कि नहीं हमारा बच्चा हमारे control में. Now there is a third parent. That is why that difference is. So my purpose was that words which you speak and way which you speak that is very much important and that is roots towards the like in your life or in your workplace there might be certain employees or your colleagues they for problems they act rationally. The others don't. And those who act rashly, they always act. Those who don't, in a critical situation also they are the same. They will not scold anyone. That is the kind of words they have want to use or they are in situations to use. Their inner self or their philosophy does not allow them to use those words. They will not say those kinds of words because their self does not allow it. So the kind of language you are using that is also the basic nature of philosophy. And all philosophy has come out of the problems. Let me be talking about the scope of philosophy. So the scope of philosophy in the previous context we just talked about philosophy. We have things about universe, life and universe, and all the things which come under community study. But it is very difficult to study all things, so we make certain categories. So the origin of philosophy is because of the curiosity in minds of man. Why did curiosity arise? Curiosity arose after certain problems. So the scope which can be described as broad areas that get arise because of problems of reality. What is truth? What is real? Then the problems of knowledge. Then the problems of value. So three basic broad areas of broader scope which talked about what is problems of reality, what is problem of knowledge, and what is problems of value that is the scope of philosophy. Right? What is the nature of universe? What is reality? What is regarding knowledge? From where should I get knowledge? How should I just get to know what knowledge is correct? And what are the principles of life? How do we, how do those principles support life? Right? If we talk about knowledge, I ask you to search about certain things, okay, on Google. Okay, you will be searching it and then you give the answer. Okay, search the meaning of life. Search with it. मोबाइल पे सर्च कीजिए और बताइए व्हाट इज मीनिंग ऑफ लाइफ. Stand up and just let everyone listen. The conditions are distinguished animals and plants from the cosmic matter, giving the capacity for growth, production, functional activity, and continuous change. Anyone else as well? Yes? Is your answer clear? Hmm? Any other? Any other experience? Okay. Very good. Appearance between birth and death. Okay. How you see the n number of research in this? How they get to know that which is correct or whatever information you are getting is correct or not? You like it? How do you check out that what?
I think lastly life doesn't exist. Right? Lastly
Uh,
life doesn't. The existing is living. Life is something. It that is some object.
it is an abstract phenomenon. Life is an abstract phenomena, but living things do exist. So, my focus for this question was that if I ask you certain question, right, you search certain URL, okay? How do you rely that that URL is giving you the correct information? Knowledge which is given is rubbish. Or we can say knowledge is dependable. Wikipedia. विकिपीडिया के थ्रू दी जाने वाली इंफॉर्मेशन हम बहुत ऑथेंटिक मानते हैं. हाँ, नहीं, no, right? All those URLs which have link in it, right? Which have review in it. Okay? So all there are certain sources which are dependable, knowledge sources which are dependable, and which are not. So it gives the answer that this particular knowledge is should dependable, correct. It cannot be questioned. We get to know that. We want to know that what is the truth of life, not truth of living. Truth of life. Why am I there? मैंने तो इसके साथ इतना अच्छा किया बताओ. What time now? After that experience, you get to know I need to think in different dimensions. You get to know truth of life. So your philosophy helps you to know what actual reality is. तो जो इसका स्कोप है, इसका स्कोप बहुत बड़ा है, लेकिन इसको हमको कुछ कम कुछ कंडीशंस में, कुछ सिचुएशंस में हमने इसको बांध लिया. And furthermore, there are many other scopes. So first is problem of reality, that second is problem of knowledge, and the third is problem of value. कई बार इसको branches of philosophy के रूप में भी बोला जाता है. Those terms are usually interchangeable, but the basic idea is knowing diverse areas of philosophy. If I know diverse areas of philosophy, I will be able to construct my own philosophy. Okay? If I know that these are the major components of philosophy, without these components or these branches, philosophy is not complete. I will not be able to construct a philosophy or defend a philosophy. Okay? So the first which we talked about the problems that comes as metaphysics, or we can call the branch. metaphysics, which deals with the problems of which deals with the problems which deals with the problems of reality. What is living being? Like you said, what is living being? What is relationship between body and soul? Right? And it's the cosmology, cosmology, cosmogony, ontology. All these are branches of metaphysics, and metaphysics talks about reality. Right? We are in a dilemma that soul exists. A lot of experiments are there. Here is a soul, is it there or is it not there? Then a person was covered with glass and experiment conducted and that person was about to die. Does something come out of the body? That is scientific verification. There do exist soul or not. Right? So when the person died, that glass ran. Right? So the scientific people following scientists said that soul also not exist. तो हम आज के समय में इसकी बात करें आज से 2000 साल पहले है it was a question what is body, soul, what is reality, what is relationship between human body and soul. We say energy is neither created nor destroyed. It changes form from one to another. A soul comes out from one body and enters into another. Have you seen it? No. Neither you have seen it coming out, nor you have seen it entering, but you accept this proposition because it's somewhat in some way in justification rule. Right? In this metaphysics, there are further more branches. Those are theology. Theology is related to God. It's related to God, and there because you must have heard a word feast and a feast. Those who believe that God exists are thieves. Who do not believe God does not exist are thieves. Are thieves correct and are thieves wrong? Yes. Are thieves correct or are thieves wrong? Yes or no? Both can be correct. Both are correct because I have not seen God, but still I believe in it. It is a matter of justification. If something happens, good happens to me, I justify. देखो मेरा भगवान मेरे साथ है, अल्लाह मेरे साथ है, अल्लाह की दुआ से ये हुआ, right? तुम चाहे जितनी भी मेरे साथ, तो लोग हैं, but you justify. The theology, part of the philosophy talks about God. What is nature of God? Nature of God is different for people of different religions. Right? From some there's some single authority, right? So that is also a part of philosophy. Then comes cosmogony. Cosmogony is, as the name suggests, it's related to cosmos. Yeah. Now we know a lot more about the universe, the black hole, how many more solar systems are there, all the stars we see, which we call stars, are the sun. Yes, they are sun. We call our star sun because it's very near to us and it is very much visible, bigger to us, bigger to the visibility because it's very near to us. Right? So this universe, because of the wonder, Earth is there and something dropped off from the sky. It's raining. It's a snowfall. It's a wind. It's a thunderstorm that is coming from somewhere from infinity. It's a wonder to me. If I would be able to grasp how this is happening, why this is happening, that is happening. Kalpana Chawla, you remember? No question. What happened? She died because of crashing fluid. You don't know what happened to that spacecraft while entering the Earth, before it happened before. He was an astronaut. You can predict that once these theories go on and once we uh, we were just about to enter into the atmosphere of Earth, the Earth section of the air, and after that, that was spacecraft was destroyed. And the astronaut died. He is not died. Where did he go? Yes, right? So these questions will come, and if you answer those questions, that means you are trying to know things which are beyond. You want reasons, you want justification. Then comes cosmology. Cosmology is science of universe. It is science of universe which need to be proved. Dharti, Shakti, Jai. Then, okay, it is a sphere, and that not to a sphere, it is different, oval shaped or different at the poles or at the extremes. Okay. सूरज धरती सूरज निकलता है और डूबता है ऐसा होता है सालों में कैसे होता है अब हम कहते हैं ना that the earth is rotating sun is fixed at only those laws of universe Kepler was one of the names who said उसको ये सारी चीजें कहने के लिए फांसी चला दी and we are accepting all those things now and we are saying that it's all correct. Right? Those were the signs of universe. Because again, wonder, curiosity कि ये सब चीजें कैसे होती हैं? Why can't we hold the sun? Why can't we hold the moon? Why does the eclipse occur? There were certain things which are beyond our control. So we want to give a name of science to it so that we can justify it and understand it. If we talking about science, कोई बीमार होता है, बहुत क्रिटिकल होता है, हॉस्पिटल में जाते हैं डॉक्टर से कहते हैं कोशिश करिए जाते हैं तो डॉक्टर से कहते हैं आप भी घर से कोशिश कर रहे हैं देयर साइंस still some at some point we continue with it, we accept it, we justify this person died out of heart disease, this person died out of chemical insane, right? Then comes ontology, that is science of creation. Ontology is science of creation. A very good question. Would you like to answer? Very movie idea and that. Yes? Just, I don't want the answer. That's your perspective. But scientifically, we say that unicellular animals did come first. Yes. And then they just evolved and humans were. So our scientific theory says that initially those who had the simpler system, they did come, they did survive. One of the philosophies says that the earth was over destroyed and in one of the ships all the species were dead and they form a chain. There is the story of Adam and Eve. All these are there, but they are those are presuppositions. You can't say it's wrong or right. They continue because you can't say you can't prove entirely that what did come first. But if we want to know the answer, philosophy is wanting to know the answers and engaging in all those discussions which will give us these answers. Then comes the epistemology. Epistemology is about epistemology. We can just say that epistemology deals with problems of knowledge. Problems of knowledge. The entire saying in problems of knowledge is what about knowledge I am getting? Is it authentic? It is presentable? It is correct? It is not the right word? Dependable and what is your source of knowledge? What is your source of knowledge? How many of you have the idea that this particular lecture need to be presented by me? How many of you knew And you have no wonder because you are studying with someone else also and then they also, right? What you are concerned with, you are concerned with class is happening, class is going on, and information and knowledge are two different things. So you are getting some information or some knowledge. There will be a difference between your entering behavior and your exit. Once you have entered, many of you must have been knowing all these things beforehand, might be 10-20% of this is about something that is related to knowledge. Now, which authenticity or what ma'am is saying is correct? How authentic it is, here madam is saying that she is telling us the right thing. How you all have been studying since years. How you get to know that what ma'am is telling or what my teacher is telling is what it is. How? ये बिल्कुल नहीं करते थे, जरूर मैच करते थे। सही निकलता था तो समझ में आता था, नहीं निकलता था तो अच्छा ठीक है। Because clarify. Might be there is a difference of word. So you nowadays the young generation is very focused about it. 20 साल पहले हमारे टीचर हमको गलत ही पढ़ा के जाते थे, लेकिन हम उनसे ऐसे नहीं थे। Now, nowadays the child thinks, no, see now, what you're telling and what the written says. It does not match. That means you're saying, no, you're not telling me. Okay? Not ready to accommodate. It should be in consent with what you're talking about. So what is what this? What the knowledge is? What are the resources of knowledge? Basically, the sources of knowledge. What is truth is, if there is a very in Indian philosophy, in Jain philosophy, it's basically the idea that truth is never consistent. Truth is not consistent, it changes. A pot is there, this is a pot, this is a pot, I don't have it, it is a pot, and if I break it, we say pot is broken. But what those broken pieces are not the pot. What was there only. Although we say, but according to that philosophy, we can't say. So, but we say, but according to their philosophy, it is unity. Yes, as per Indian philosophy, it is not change. Yes, you are right. But according to them, it is in the moment only. So they take this thing because they wanted truth to be searched at the time. You don't stop with or the truth. Always uh, honesty is the best policy. If some प्राण जाए पर वचन ना जाए. Now it has changed. वचन चाहे जितने भी चले जाए, प्राण ना जाए. Okay? It is wrong? No, it is correct. It is correct in the present context also. Honesty is the best policy. It will always remain. But situations change and they justify that I did this because of this. And my work is to be justified. So that is all about the reality. So epistemology all talks about the knowledge. और basically अगर हम philosophical aspects की बात करें, तो philosophical aspects में what is the right source of philosophy बात करता है source कहाँ से आप ज्ञान ले रहे हैं और उसको आप कैसे justify कर रहे हैं. तीसरा पार्ट था प्रॉब्लम ऑफ वैल्यूज दैट इज कॉल्ड एक्सियोलॉजी. ठीक है. And axiology is further divided in ethics, aesthetics, and law. Right? So ethics, what values are correct in the present context? What should be there? What is evil? What is good? What is bad? What is our expected behavior? all that we talk, these scope are further also divided into the branches of philosophy. If we talk about all these things, these also come under the broad branches. If we talk about specifically in definition terms, there are four branches of philosophy: metaphysics, epistemology, axiology, which contains ethics, aesthetics, and philosophy. Or some people define it in these terms also: metaphysics, epistemology, ethics, and philosophy. Right? These are four basic. Nowadays, we have stopped using this term ideology, but if you will find text in which this term is also used. So these broad branches are further divided, and these touch an area of the study or different aspects in the area of the study. Metaphysics is related to reality. Epistemology is related to knowledge. And axiology is related to value. तो किसी भी फिलोसफी में किसी भी दर्शन के रियलिटी के आधार होंगे, उसके ज्ञान के आधार होंगे, उसके वैल्यूज के आधार, right? So everything, whatever you do, must have all these aspects. This is directly related to the research work which you are doing. ठीक है, अपनी रिसर्च वर्क में कोशिश कीजिए इन्हीं तीनों चीजों के फॉर्म में डिवाइड करना. What is reality? Reality or in metaphysics, we say it in terms of what you do. Previously you must have done. पहले क्या हुआ, knowledge what already done or what you do. Ethics, in which categories or in what values I need to follow during my process of research. बड़ा important process है, इसकी वजह से लोगों को अपने ठिकाने पर सकते हैं. बहुत important ethics जो आपको follow करने चाहिए. Very good. That is also it's talked about that there are certain similarities in certain 5%. You are not copying someone else's work. If you are quoting someone else's work, it's your authority to give proper recognition to that person. Then only you can. So whatever research work you are going to do in the terms of philosophy, उसकी metaphysics होनी चाहिए, उसकी epistemology होनी चाहिए, अगर आप रिव्यू लिटरेचर ठीक से नहीं कर रहे तो आपको क्लियर नहीं करना. आपने सोचा कि आई टेक दिस टॉपिक, आई कंडक्ट दिस स्टडी एंड आई डू एन एक्सपेरिमेंटल स्टडी. व्हेन यू डू एन एक्सपेरिमेंटल स्टडी, then it's very difficult for you to get those people who are involved for the data collection. You can experimental study, you don't know what should be the research that even up to about it, like one of my students is talking or studying functioning and organization. But she is not allowed to go because she has come to it. But she is taking it. Now she needs someone to come there with some kind of thing. She is finding certain problems. If she would have anticipated this, who is this? Okay. And she did not specify that it should be a girl also. And so her problems would have been resolved. That research work would have been. आप लोगों का काम जो है फिलोसफी को एपिस्टेमोलॉजी का काम करें और जो भी आप ध्यान दे रहे हैं, जो भी आप दे रहे हैं, रियलिटी को जान रहे हैं, आपकी नॉलेज सोर्सेज और बेनिफिट को और आप and this, although in previous years when the research has been done, this is a new concept. People follow things by their own. They don't have to be pushed up by certain rules. They had these things in built, and there was no computer system. All the pieces used to be typed. So you will type what you write or what you see. You will not. Okay. So because of change of technology, these things are coming up. So they need to be. तो जब भी आप रिसर्च करें उसमें बच्चे की इस बात को याद रखें कि आप उसके तीनों एस्पेक्ट्स को टच करें भले ही उनको टच करने अभी तो आपको अभी 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 तो नया नया इंटरेस्ट लग रहा है धीरे धीरे आपके पास नीच यू आपके ऊपर में हाँ टू इयर्स no no this is too much right? And in that case, I'm not there to evaluate you, but I'm this heartless. And जब तक आपके दिल में ये ख्याल नहीं आएगा कि कैसे लोग हैं, right? This is a torture. You will not get the right now. If things go very fades away very easily, your derivation of the knowledge derivation of the values will not be that strong to be or the foundation will be ready to not that strong. Rather, जिसमें एक डेढ़ दो साल में कर भी जल्दी जल्दी कंसेंट्रेट रिसर्च और जो हर स्टेप पे बहुत वर्क नॉलेज में उसके वर्क में उसकी पर्सनालिटी में इन चीज़ों में बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस होगा अगर आप इन तीनों चीज़ों को अपनी रिसर्च में फॉलो करते हैं तो अपने आप ही प्रोसेस जो है वो लॉन्ग हो जाएगा इट विल बी लॉन्ग but it will be you will be able to stand up before your many times will be every 6 months will be having you will be attending the work and the moment you open the examiner coming to get to know that this work is done by you to what extent to which you need to and follow these three patterns of philosophy or three basically branches you can call, steps you can call, components. My purpose of you telling this is philosophy is not a backward side, it is an application directly in the world which you have to do. Always go for real authentic resources. Always follow the right procedure. If you don't know the right procedure, get to know what is the right procedure. जिसकी जो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट होता है जो सिनॉप्सिस और मतलब प्रेजेंटेटिव सिनॉप्सिस नो you will be presenting your synopsis when you prepare your synopsis think about reality rather than just I don't know what to say this whatever what I am going to do is it connected with reality will it be giving some kind of value to my work and will I be able to do it or it's my nature not to do? And I'm thinking that this is not the understanding works. Right? To keep these three very important points while in your that will help you to do your work wisely. And you will develop love for right? Yes. There was no procedure. There was no procedure of computers or so. All the pieces used to be typed. So when you are writing things on your own, it's your own. No, because you are not looking at anyone else's work. You are writing it yourself. So when you are writing yourself, no. Okay. That also just what the authorities want that you write your own work. You read and you write your own work. Until now, I've written so many papers and I have never ever copied. I just read and write my own thing and I have never to check it. Although I read, but I write my own. if you are writing your own thing in the present context also, you will not get plagiarism in that time because everyone used to write their own. So when you're writing it in your own language, it's not a problem. It's your own work, although you have read other things. Okay, so because it was not recorded anywhere. You can check plagiarism because online resources are there. Right? How does plagiarism check? It is checked because whatever you are writing, to the same extent, it already exists in the software or anything. है ना जब हम टाइप करें तो कुछ एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता तो मैं पहली बार ही लिखती हूँ इट्स ऑल माय लेकिन although I might have picked it from someone else but when I am writing I add my touch to it how but if I am doing research and I add on to it हाँ that those people who पुराने जमाने के लोग अपना काम करते हैं but that was not very frequent. Might be people might be doing because I have not done at that particular time. People might be doing that, but it was not that frequent as it is because we are on 40 crores now, and a lot of research work and things are going on. We were not so 40 years ago. Okay, so it is. So we just had talked about the epistemology and what it actually just 10, 15 more minutes. Okay, so if we generally go through that related, you can just uh, write. Um, if we talk again in the terminological meaning of epistemology, it is um, science of knowledge, and it talks about what is knowledge and make things easy for the search of knowledge, right? So what is right knowledge is very much clear, है ना? In our religion, जिनको सत्य जानना होता है वो कहाँ जाते हैं? पहाड़ पे, away from people, है ना? Away from the part in life is also very difficult. Then you will get the harsh truth of life. So it's not very easy. You will not be able to get. People feel that you will not be able to get the right knowledge sitting in a PhD. Epistemology talks about that what is the nature of knowledge, what is the right knowledge, what are its limitations. Then I can consider it as knowledge or so. So it is because it is the fundamental branch of philosophy, but it is fundamental branch of your work. You don't consider it as just something else which is taught in philosophy, but knowledge is the fundamental aspect of your research. Okay. Then comes in metaphysics. It is the study of existence or reality. What is real? And um, this reality changes from time to time, right? And this existence, um, जैसे we say, सब मोह माया है ना? है है कि नहीं? Because you all know that you will be leaving behind everything and moving to the other world, might be other world wherever it is, but still you are very much attached with your mobile phone, your laptop, your brown kurti, your black shoes, and your step. You move, and we all, one of my senior professors today, that when you leave, you don't say kal milenge. He says you should say Allah ne chaha to hum kal milenge. Like it's not very how sure you are that you are going to wake up the morning. There is someone else who is um, guiding you or who is helping you to get up next morning. If everyone does think about it, and this whole world will become a very good place to live. Okay, so in this particular branch, what uh, reality can be harsh, can be good, right? It's up to you. How do you look into it? And it's your own way of dealing with it. But the reality is there. What existence is there. What exists is reality. What does not exist is not reality. When your loving one is not with you. What, what kind, any of you have experienced this kind of feeling that your loved one is not with you? We hear yes, what's your name? Okay. Uh, can you just describe a feeling, what any kind of feeling you have which you previously did not have? And how much time does it have? कितना समय हो गया इस बात को? It's nearly 10, nearly 9 to 10 years. Five, right? That, uh, right. So this is the reality. I I also lost my father just 2 months ago. I was very much angry with my father. Our philosophies did not match. And when I talked to my father, I just spoke to him that how harsh that was. That was the reality. In the above world, in your perception, you feel that no, no, this person thinks very much different. But that if that loved one is not there, you get to know the deficiency. And that deficiency will be there all your life. क्या समय के साथ अपने समय के साथ आपके आपका दर्द कम हुआ है? It's always there. It's just you don't feel it for some time. You are busy with something. I asked my seniors, what should I do to cope up with my loss or with my feelings of this loss. But they said that that cannot be there. It will always be there. You just have to occupy yourself. Someone else has had the same thing. I did not feel it. If you don't feel what others must be thinking about it. But when it happens, you just have to make it rational. When your loved one is not here, and then you address to the other person how that person must be feeling. That is the reality. If you are scolding someone, I remember I started my studies and my total career was divided into two. First 9 years I was a PhD student and then I took a gap and then I spent up in higher education. Right? So I was nearly 33, 34 years when I again started studying. Right? I used to scold children. I was a good teacher, very strict also. So I used the children who used to come late. I used to say, "No, stand outside. Why would you late?" And once I reached in my classroom, the teacher said, "Stand outside the class." I was standing outside and thinking how my children would have said so many times I asked them to stand outside. Then I got to know the reality. When I again went up to the stage, I thought not of repeating that mistake ever again. Because I felt the reality that what one feels when one is asked to, that is the reality. Yes? Time will change you also. Okay? So that is the problems of reality. Okay? That is metaphysics. And ethics the ways of doing what is good and is right. What is right in a particular situation. Many a times you feel that my parents are doing wrong to me, but after some time you get to reflect back that is right. In a workplace, you are a student, you are a teacher, you are a professional. You know what is expected from me in a particular place. Right? Umudani, you are a researcher, what is expected from you. That's nice. It's a heterogeneous group. People from one age group to other age group are there, but they all are sitting together. What's your name, sir? Sari Chauhan will be friends with you. He will not say, no, no, continue you must respect me. No, you are a, that is the ethics of a class. In my class, always there had been, initially when I was as a PhD, the group was same, and after that the group was very much heterogeneous. From 20 to 50 years of students we used to, but all the students, although they might be elder to me, but they treat me as a, they used to treat me as a faculty, what is right and what is knowing which conduct is correct, which is expected for you, which is uh, right for the particular situation. That is, and logic. Logic is basically associated with Aristotle. Logic is proper reasoning to what you do, right? Like every philosophy says something and it gives the reason or the logic behind it. If logic is not there, you can't justify. So I'll say that I am correct, my thoughts are correct, my metaphysics is correct because I am giving you this particular logic. Pragmatists say that pragmatists say that my things are correct, my ideas are correct because I am giving you a reason. You must have how many? Any of you are prepared for bank exams also? Correct? Reasoning. There is a reasoning kind of question. कुछ लोग हैं कुत्ते हैं कुछ कुत्ते गधे हैं right? The same thing. And my conclusion need to be is correct. Huh? If you go into the words, you will not be able to interpret what is this written. But there is some logic behind it. If you understand that logic, you are always in those questions. Yes. But there is a logic to understand and interpret. If you have understood the logic, you got the key to the answer. If you have understood the logic to get your parents do what you want, मम्मी को ये अच्छा लगता है like whatever it is, they understand the reason behind it, so they are their things becomes easy. तो आपको अपनी रिसर्च में लॉजिक को समझना, यही लॉजिक आपको अपनी एक्सटर्नल एग्जामिनर को एक्सप्लेन करना होगा when you are attending the is the proper logic behind whatever you are. And philosophy talks about logic. तो logic कहीं infinite से नहीं निकल कर के आया है, it has come through philosophy. That is why learning philosophy is important. Reality has come through philosophy. Knowledge has come through philosophy. Values have come through philosophy. So you are doing all these things, and so you need to know certain aspects about philosophy, that what it is correct to do. Philosophy of life is only in the present context is right living. It is aim of philosophy is right living. In whichever situation you are, you have a truest life. You must have seen very simple people, not very intelligent, lead a good life. Very intelligent people, smart people are not landed up in a proper position. So that is the way of life they have. So for life also, uh, for the purpose of life also, leading life also, the philosophy is important, and it is nowhere related to scholarship. It is related to dealing with your life. And It's very nicely said by William H. Shakespeare that every life wisely lived, every life wisely lived is education. Right? You are not educated with the degrees or with the feathers to your cap regarding your accuracy percentage also. But if you are having a wise life, if you are having the power to take the decisions, that means you are having. And knowledge is essential, that I have already told you. Uh, that is the need of the hour. You need to know computers, you need to know different softwares, you need to know statistics, you need to know all these things. So those knowledge are essential in the present time. Without that, you will not be able to. And the present challenges for philosophy also is लेटेस्ट आज के ज़माने में जैसे आई सेड ऑनेस्टी इज द बेस्ट पॉलिसी ओके काम जाए पर what's it now what it is not possibility because we have changed a lot of in psychological and social also economical conditions so how should we manage it these are the challenges right? Every time you have a regular class, then you prepare the synopsis, then you come for, you have to publish research papers, lot of work is there. And the teacher will be expecting quality work from you. Even you, and if you are there, you will be asked to really work for the department work. And you will have to do all this, right? Take part in different activities. So those are present challenges regarding what to follow, how to follow, and maintain ethics in what we follow. And research philosophy, we basically talk about set of beliefs, assumptions, and principles, the way you approach your study. Okay? So in research, you have to follow a philosophy. That philosophy begins with your beliefs and ends with your study. According to your belief, you select an area, you select a methodology, you select the way of analysis, you select the way of presentation. So in that case, research is very much important for you. And he's found the this is just a just why you all are we are discussing about the philosophy because it forms the foundation. If you proceed in this way, you will be no doubtly getting the best result out of your work. The kind of time you are going to devote, the kind of work you are going to do, that will be right. And what philosophy can do for you, that it can help you to explain and defend your goals, your research goals, right? It can help you examine your वो कहते हैं questioning doubt skepticism कि ये सही किया तो सही किया या गलत किया right because I have to justify it and all these uh, help to assist you at different areas of your research, be it in house or be it out house. Like you're doing research here, or you are going out for data collection of information. Everywhere, all these things will help, right? And now I have few questions for you. So that was from my side. There are few questions. Just check if you can answer. Okay, second. Okay, third. Very good. Okay. How many types of philosophy? That means I am doing a great job. Most of the questions, all the questions are correct. So philosophy is, but to get to know that why philosophy is important for you. Okay? So your way of approach must include certain signs, certain messages, certain problems, so that you get the desired result. And in philosophy, the most important thing is justification. If you are able to justify the God, you are able to justify God. Many a time it doesn't happen in a thought, victim is free and one who is guilty because of the discussion she had, right? So you have to be very vigilant about how you use these things. If we talk about the question paper which we study or the answers which we give, so this is a particular area of study is humanity or art. So it's not sciences, it's not just results. When you are writing the answer, you have to write it right into an objective question you will answer. If it is a descriptive kind of question, then you have to give the introduction, body and conclusion. Okay. So uh, whenever these kinds of questions are there, uh, define philosophy and explain it. So you will not get one question. We have discussed principles. Why did I bring 12 definitions? Because you have to bring up these definitions in your writing answer. Because this is humanity, and in this, you have to express multiple dimensions of that. So, if we are talking of philosophy, then what philosophy is style, whichever terms are coming to the origin, all terms you have to explain. You have to think that the teacher who is checking knows nothing. I am going to explain. That will make your answer elaborate, and that is expected as an answer for all this kind of field of study. It's not science book, but what is that? The author would have, if you are writing something extra, my medical student says that ma'am, when you write extra, I must have kept. And I have to elaborate the answer like this. So in this particular paper, you have to write extra. So this was from my side. Thank you all for patiently listening. Any questions? It's actually free, but now in the present level, I wrote in the older text, in older text it was regular, but now it's for, basically for, it's for only ethics and law. It's all there, it's there in, um, huh. Okay, now I just one question remains. Yes, no? The question with which we begin. Yes. How did you write the 50 Balidan Balai? You don't have much time. Circle, hand, wisdom, something some level of sciences, level of science. But I noticed that the way we were there, the same way we are here, having our circle, but we are having university. So philosophy is all about philosophy. Right? Philosophy does not mean that to repeat itself rightly, not correct in the same of life, might be changed by are working on national purposes so that we work again as the our children who is in own life. So that was one thing which I just found was very good in this picture, that it shows the cycle of reflection. That we may reach from where we are living in present. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for the rest. Yeah. हाँ मैम क्वेश्चन हो गया मैम I share. I can share it just now. Okay. So just please I just have one thing. I take introduction of all the students that have taken. What's the name? Adi Krishna. Adi Rohini Sama. Chitra. Arshi. Raj. You are from different districts. You are from English.